And in 3 months, I'm hearing that you're connecting with other residents and you feel included. How did that happen?
Well, for one thing, I'm not shy about saying, "Hi, my name's Ann, and what's yours?" Please don't be offended, but I won't remember it next time because I never remember anything till I'm completely embarrassed by having not remembered. So I find out what people's names are, and I like to talk to them and find out what they did in their working life, what their strengths are and what their interests are. And all you have to do is just ask a question. What do you like most? Or do you have children?
Yeah.
It doesn't take anything terribly intrusive or nosy.
Yeah.
It's just a question to start the conversation.
Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show.
And welcome everyone to Answers for Elders Radio Network, heard across the USA on your favorite podcast channel and on YouTube. And today, I am at Chateau Pacific, one of the amazing properties of Chateau Retirement. And we are going to do a little bit of shift in our series. We've been talking to leadership. We've been talking to staff members. We've even shared the different types of, culture and things underneath the hood of this amazing organization. But now we're going to switch over and we're going to talk to people who are actual residents. And we have two amazing ladies and a daughter that we're going to speak with you about what it's like for families and for the residents to be in a community like this. And Ann, I want to welcome you to Answers for Elders.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. I know that you've kind of had a little bit of a journey of senior living. And before we get to that, I want to know a little bit about you. Where are you from and where did you... Tell me about Ann.
Well, Ann's been around the loop a couple of times. I grew up in Kansas, spent my married and working life in Southern California. When later on, I moved up here to take care of my sister, who is in Vancouver, Washington. I lived with her for about 20 years, not as her caregiver, but as her caretaker. She didn't need help with bathing, for example, but she needed help getting the garbage out to the garage and the bins out to the street. And who's going to call the plumber, that kind of thing.
Right.
When she decided to sell the house, I moved up here and in with my daughter Jen and her husband Brenton, who live here in Lynnwood. And that worked out very well, except that at one point I went on vacation and somehow I managed to break both kneecaps. Yeah, exciting. And so here I am in a wheelchair with my legs out in front of me. And how do you organize your life like that? I didn't know. So I had a respite stay in an assisted living for 3 weeks. And the caregivers, bless their dear hearts, taught me how to take care of myself. And I learned to wheel myself forwards and backwards and into elevators and out of elevators and whatever. And then I went back to live with my children in Lynnwood and my other daughter and her husband in Phoenix. So that was the early part. Then when we came a little later on, Jen and Brenton had been wanting to build onto their house. And finally, right after that pandemic, everything came together. The concrete driver's strike was over, the money was there, the contractor was available, the permitting was done. It finally got scheduled. September of 23, they needed to move into my bedroom at their house because their bedroom was being torn apart. Ever tried living in a construction area?
Yeah.
Yeah, not fun. So I moved into retirement, into senior living, and it worked out fine. They had activities. They fed me. They taught me how to ride the paratransit bus, and I could go to church or go shopping or whatever, and it worked out fine. And I thought it would be 3 or 4 months. Well, it was closer to 10 or 12.
Yeah.
So after a short hiatus in Phoenix, I moved back up here, and Jen said, well, where would you like to try next? I said, actually, after the summer we've had, I'd rather just stay put for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So we did. But after Christmas, which turned out to be a stressful time, we had a lot of pressure and stress in the household for various reasons. And we all decided that for Christmas, we would do something to reduce the stress. And whether it was going shopping or gift certificates to the spa or whatever, that's what we were going to do.
I love this.
And my gift was to find another senior living place to try out, because the first one had been just a respite for medical reasons. Mm-hmm. The second had been very educational, and I liked it there a lot, but it was a relatively small community, less than 100 residents. And so I wanted to try something a little bit larger, so I went to someplace a little bit larger. And I liked it too, but the very size I found that it was limiting. If you've got a bus that holds 10 people, there's only 10 people who can go shopping, and there's only one slot a week to go shopping in. So you've got to sign up for everything on the first of the month. Mm-hmm. And I told them going in that it would be a short-term stay. And when I moved out of there, my children, bless their hearts, moved me in here, picked it up, hold the furniture over here. Mm-hmm. So here I am.
And here you are. And you've been in Chateau Pacific now for about three months. Mm-hmm. And I'm really curious. You looked at other places, your mm-hmm. family, and we're going to talk to your daughter soon, because there's a lot of obviously things that she went through in trying to select a place. But, I also was that daughter that toured many places for my mom in this area. And I remember coming into Chateau and feeling like the energy was so different than every place else. Mm-hmm. It was like lively and loving and bright and fresh. And there was this element of, caring from the staff that I experienced. I'm assuming there's a lot of parallels in your story.
Yes, very much so. Because before my own personal investigation of senior living, my sister and I had been involved in finding a place for our parents, moving them from Southern California into the Vancouver, Washington area. And we went to many, many places, and this one was obviously a converted motel, mm-hmm. less than satisfactory. This one was across the river mm-hmm. in Portland. So bridges ice up, we're stranded.
Yeah.
They're stranded.
Yep.
We went into one place, and it was a high-rise, and although they had communal areas on each floor, mm-hmm. they were so little used that nobody had even turned on the lights.
Wow.
We never saw any residents anywhere. It was just really sad.
That's sad. And,
sad.
And when you look at that, I mean, your day, now that you're in the senior living, tell me a little bit about what a typical day is like for you.
I get up when I feel like it.
Isn't that nice? Wow.
Oh, it's wonderful. Usually the cat wants me to get up earlier.
So you bring your animals, you bring your pet, which is great.
Mm-hmm. And brush him off periodically.
Yeah.
And I'll have coffee and some yogurt if I feel like it, mm-hmm. or a piece of fruit or something. And I'll get out my computer and check the email and read the paper, and eventually I'll get around to making the bed, putting a few things away, and petting the cat. He's very insistent. So I do that. And before I know it, there's an announcement that something's going on in the activity room at Town Square. So I trot myself down to Town Square, and we have Jeopardy, or whatever it may be.
How fun.
We have Tasty Tuesday with donuts and coffee. And then there's lunch. And since you collect outside of the dining room, if 4 people are collected, which is a table's worth of diners, they say, okay, you, and you, come on in. And the dining staff, the wait staff, know everybody's names. And so they know it's just not a random person.
Right.
I'm Anne.
Yes.
and that's Lou, and that's John, that's Lois, and so forth.
Yeah.
So you go in, and it's always across the room. Hi, Mary.
Yeah.
And whatever it may be.
And in 3 months, I'm hearing that you're connecting with other residents and you feel included. How did that happen?
Well, for one thing, I'm not shy about saying, hi, my name's Anne, and what's yours? Please don't be offended, but I won't remember it next time, because I never remember anything till I'm completely embarrassed by having not remembered. So I find out what people's names are, and I like to talk to them and find out what they did in their working life, what their strengths are and what their interests are. And all you have to do is just ask a question. What do you like most? Or what do you do in your working life? Do you have children?
Yeah.
It doesn't take anything terribly intrusive or nosy.
Yeah.
It's just a question to start the conversation.
Well, and I know that I remember when we moved my mom in, the staff was very intense on what is your mom like? What are the kinds of food that she likes to eat? What are the kinds of activities that she enjoys? And I know that there was a special attention to the things that she enjoyed to do because she loved to read. And they had a book club when she was here. And so they made sure that they included her in things like that. Are you experiencing similar things like that?
Yeah. I find that book club is not a thing for me because they give me the book and I've got it read 2 days later. And by the time we get around to discussing it at the end of the month, I've had to read it again.
Yeah.
So that's not something for me, but I have a Kindle and I check out books on the Kindle.
You're very tech savvy.
Well, I'm savvy enough.
Yeah.
I'm not as savvy as I need to be in the working world, but I have enough know-how to navigate the things that I need to do.
Yeah. And obviously, with having the ability to have your computer accessing Wi-Fi and things like that in your apartment. Tell me a little bit about your apartment.
I have a studio on the 4th floor. It has a balcony and a walk-in closet.
Nice.
The balcony is a relatively little interest, except because I'm acrophobic. I'm a little bit afraid of heights.
And it's up high, 4 floors.
Well, but it's not a problem. And the closet is wonderful.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of clothes, so it all fits, and the dressers in the closet and everything. I have a double bed and a love seat and 2 straight chairs and 2 bookcases and a TV.
Yeah. See, that's lovely.
And that's enough room for me and all of the things that I need. I have pictures of my family and anything else I want are on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. And just going and thinking about the food and, you say you have yogurt in the morning, but there's the nice thing about it is living in assisted living like this type of environment, you can sleep in as late as you want. You can go down and have breakfast, or if you want to have lunch or whatever, that you can make those choices as you move in. And obviously they have services that will meet your expectations and
my increasing needs as I age. I think I'm actually just a little bit young for senior living. I'm 75, but we've got residents who are 100. We have one who's at 66.
Isn't that amazing?
And it is. But whatever you need, whenever you need it, those things are available.
Right, right.
And I have found it really neat to be an independent resident here and still able to go shopping, or if I want to call Uber and go to Fred Meyer, I can do that. And then
it's very close.
It is very close. And at that point, I'm within the range of the local bus system to take the zip shuttle for $1 on the same community transit system to Alderwood Mall or Coles or any place that I want to.
Yeah. So since you've been here, do you have an experience that's been, just really joyful? Could you share?
I enjoy Wii bowling. I didn't know that, I knew that it existed, but I'd never tried it. And I find that I bowl just as badly with Wii as I did with a bowling ball.
Yeah. Well,
that's okay.
That is so cool. And new experiences. And obviously, Anne, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thanks for being
Thank you.
on the show.
Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.